Welcome to this second chapter of the course on integrating Casambi networks with the Adquio ecosystem. In this second chapter, we are going to see how to integrate a Lithernet gateway in a Casambi network. To do this, we are going to need these elements that we are looking at right now. A very simple network cable. A PoE power supply. The Lithernet Gateway, which we will now take out of its box, and simply the power supply for the PoE power supply. So let's take a look at what the Lithernet Gateway looks like. We see that it has a single network connector, so we're going to plug a cable into that network connector. This same cable will be connected at the other end to the PoE power supply output. Be careful with this, because PoE power supply units have a mains cable input, and the output of the mains cable is already powered, so we must connect it to the output. And finally, we must connect the power cable to the PoE power supply. If we have done it right, the PoE power supply has its little light, and the Lithernet will start flashing. Note that you have another option. If you are not working with a PoE power supply, as in this case, you can work with a switch. Simply, if we work with a switch, we will connect the network cable in one of its outputs that have power. Be very careful, because there are some PoE switches that do not feed in all of its outputs. For example, there are 5-port PoE switches that only supply power to 4 of them, and the 5th port has no power. So we must connect this cable to one of the ports that do have power, usually marked as PoE. With this, we are ready to go. From now on, what we have to do is go to our screen or our Android or iOS tablet and incorporate this Lithernet gateway to the Casambi network. Here we go. Alright, so we are on our tablet or on our Adquio screen. It doesn't matter. Any device that can run the Casambi app. Okay, we've got it right here. I'm connected by remote control, so you can see the cursor and where we're clicking. If we were doing it touch, you wouldn't be able to see where we're clicking. We're going to see that when we start up the Casambi application, it's already telling us that we have a new device detected. At this point, we are not going to do anything with it. We are going to enter the normal Casambi network, and we are going to see that at the moment we have nothing here. We are waiting for it to connect. We have the usual network devices. So, we're going to go to the More option, and we're going to go to Nearby Devices. Okay? Let's see. We already have here a Lithernet gateway waiting for us, which is not in the Casambi network, it says here. Unlinked. To link it, we just tap on it, and we are going to say, Add to Adquio. Adquio is the name of our Casambi network. Let's wait for it to be linked. Now that we have it linked, we go back to the main screen, and we will see that it is already available here. We now have our Lithernet gateway integrated into the Casambi network and ready to work. Let's go to the next step.